guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Magna-Tiles which my 4-year-old has been busy with for the past few months now. We're going to be going over the unboxing, a demo and my pros and cons to understand if this toy is really worth your bucks. My name is Dhivya Sahadevan and I'm a mom to a cutie 4-year-old, and this is my space where I get to share some of the things he enjoys, some of the things which I've discovered with you guys, hoping that it'll help you too. So I first saw the Magna-Tiles on YouTube and I thought it was really interesting. Anyhow, before I give away too much of my content, let's dig right in. Okay, so this is my box and it's a nice medium-sized box. I bought the 32-piece set, but it comes in different sets of, I think it goes up to in 110 pieces. So the age group is 3 to 99, which makes a lot of sense. And there is a little bit of choking hazard here. It's not suitable for children under 3 years old. And when I turn that around, I have some of the description of the contents on how many pieces of each shape are included, and also a little bit on how this is actually helping develop the child, a few building ideas, what you can try and replicate. And there is also a small note saying there are a lot of imitations of the Magna-Tiles, which I did see on Amazon. So there is this thin plastic clear film wrapped around, which I'm going to remove. And that brings me into my box. And I have this little note here, which is, I believe, from the founders of the Magna-Tiles, a little bit on their story, which I thought was really nice and personalized. And if I turn that around, there are certain levels on how you can play this in the beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels. And this is the first look, and just the first thing that pops up are the colors of these beautiful tiles. They look really beautiful, colorful. They almost look like a glass. And now moving on, I'm going to get the look and feel of this. So this is the bigger square, and this really feels good. The plastic felt really good and strong. And there were a couple of smaller squares too, and you can just see the variety of the colors included. It's really nice and bright, and you can see how the magnets click together and how strong it really is, which makes it really easy to build your structures, and they hold together so well. You can see the little bit of struggle I had there to just pull out those two squares. That is real. I mean, that's how strong these magnets were. And so now I have a few equilateral triangles here. And then a couple more squares, and I think there were 4 pieces of isosceles triangles. And 4 of these long isosceles triangles. And of course, I was not going to just pack that back in. I had to explore this myself. It was so interesting, and I know if my son sees me, he's not going to let me have some time with it. So it was real fun, and this is what I created with my limited architectural abilities, you can say. But I can really see how my son is going to really enjoy this, and I'm so curious to see how that goes. So this is the first time I gave it to him, and he was basically just getting a feel of the different shapes, not really thinking of building something at this point, but just really excited by the magnets, I think. And after we'd spent some more time, he actually got more interested in actually building some structures, and this was what he first created. It's really interesting the way they actually come up and start playing with this in different ways, and this was when I invited my niece and nephew to join along, and I could see how they were building up the structures, which was a lot more different because they had more complicated structures in their minds. But unfortunately, my 32-piece set was not really sufficient for a group play. But I can assure you it's something that all age groups are going to be very much interested in.
So now let's go over the pros and cons. So let's start with the pros. So the main thing which has been a big winner for me is it encourages open play. As the tagline of the Magna-Tiles go, where math, science and creativity meet, I think this has been very true to it. It's a great way to introduce these concepts to the kids, especially through play. And there are so many concepts which are being introduced here. There is pattern recognition, there's magnetic properties, there is design, architecture, creative play, imaginative play. So it is really great for the kids. Second one is there is really no age limit for this. I have spent a good amount of time playing with this when my son is not around. As I saw with my niece and nephew, they all had a different way of playing with it, and you could really see it in the way they were building up their structures. They had a different imagination, they had a different way of putting things together. So it's really distinctly different on how each child plays with it. I'm sure this is going to be in my house for a long time to come. In terms of the quality, it's really great. The magnets are really strong and they click really well. I know there are some replicas out there on Amazon. I haven't honestly used any of those, so I cannot say or compare between those. But for what I got, I was really impressed with the way they click together and the way it just holds together. They don't really get spoiled too soon. So we've been playing it for months now, and there have been a few scratches, but we've never managed to break a tile, which my son is pretty rough, so he's thrown it around, but we've still not managed to break it. So I think in terms of the durability, it's a plus. Now coming to the cons, the point number one has to be the price. It is pretty pricey. So I bought the 32-piece set for 3,500 rupees from Amazon, and I know this was the only factor which held me from buying it for a long time after I even discovered this, because I was in two minds to really think, is it going to be worth it? Is my son really going to enjoy it? The next point is the 32-piece set which I got was not enough for group play. So when I actually got my niece and nephew to play along with my son, it was really not enough for 3 children to play. Maximum you can split it between 2, but it's really just enough for 1 child to play. Like for a 4-year-old, I think 32-piece is more than enough. Like it's great, we play and it's easy to clean up. But now when I see he's really interested, he spends a lot of time playing on these, I really think maybe I can add in one more set, or maybe I should have gotten the bigger one. So if you're going for the 32-piece set and you have 2 kids at home, this may create more trouble than peace in the house. So just one point you want to consider. So with that, I'm going to give the Magna-Tiles 4 stars. I'm just leaving out 1 star because of the price factor, because I know it's really expensive and it's not within our usual toy ranges. But is it worth the money? It definitely is. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this. If you're on the lookout for a toy which will engage your child for a while you get some work done, this is perfect for you. So I just want to drop a note in here that this is not sponsored. This is something I bought for my son. I genuinely loved it and I thought it'll be great to share it with you guys here. So if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week with a new video. Until then, take care. It's me, Dhivya, signing out.
Hello, is there anyone there?